Yo. Yes, sir. We're live. Oh. Uh,
History with your favorite Mountain West team, where stars are born.
Bull Trapper Beefs, last bag.
You know there's plenty for both of you.
Bull Trapper, what's your beef?
Credit Union One offers everything you need to get the most out of your accounts every day. With digital banking, you can pay bills online, set up personalized budgeting tools, easily transfer money between accounts, and more. Plus, you can get paid up to 2 days sooner when you set up direct deposit. Get started at cu1.com.
It's Bedlam tonight here in Boise.
The crowd is pumping at the pit. This place is electric.
all right, what's good, John? Your boy, Push Play the DJ. We are live doing some Mountain West college basketball. Started the season. We got San Diego State, the Aztecs, trying to start the season right, going up against Long Beach State. I don't know how many y'all got bets. If I was you, I'd take the over on this game. And I think it was 25.5 for Long Beach State as an underdog. Probably would take that too. So hope you all have a good night. I'm gonna be here chilling. If you got some college basketball plays, let me know what the slip's looking like. And let's have a good time and a good start to the college basketball season. Make sure y'all tap in with myself and CSN, Creative Sports Network, where we're able to provide y'all live sports to various streaming platforms. Also, make sure y'all follow, subscribe to the channel, and let's get it.
Defense, the staple of this team. We gave you the stats in the open. That's what wins championships.
It has been a defensive program since 2000 when Fisher and Dutcher got here. Tim Comer, Michael Irving, Nate Harris will be the officials on opening night. Viejas Arena, the Stadium Bowl, starting to fill up. They're on their feet. They're excited. It is a team picked to finish first in the Mountain West Conference. It's former Aztec Shea Johnson Jr. jumping in the center circle and winning the opening tip for Long Beach State, who will be in black. Coming off a 7-25 season last year, Chris Acker in his second season, of course, a familiar name to Aztec fans. He was on the coaching staff when they went to the Final Four. Opening possession for Long Beach State. No longer the 49ers. Dirtbags for baseball, you just call them the Beach or Long Beach State for everything else. And there's a turnover. Drive on the baseline. Stepping out of bounds was Isaiah Lewis, a Little Rock transfer.
The defensive pressure by the Aztecs already starting here in that half court really took them below the 7-second mark in that shot clock. Good opening series here.
Turnover for Long Beach State. They've lost 8 straight to the Aztecs since the 2002 season. And they got a foul on the opening possession. It's going to go against Christian Jones. That'll be his first team foul number 1. And the ball will be awarded out of bounds right in front of us. Aztecs have won 12 consecutive openers. You know, the last time they lost an opener, you got to go back to the deck of the USS Midway against Syracuse all the way back in 2012. 13 years already. In the corner, 3. And that's the starting guard, Sean Newman Jr. from La Tech. A steal, a 3 straight away, no good. That came out of the hands of J.O. Jeremiah Oden.
Little pace early and patience offensively for the Aztecs. You like what you see, making the extra pass. This is an offensive team here, Steve Quist, but you've got offense and defense this year, which allows Dutch and his staff to do a lot of things with the Aztecs.
Big expectations with a lot of guys coming back. Some went in the portal, some came out, some dipped their toe in the NBA draft. That's a foul against Miles Heidi. That's going to be his first, and that's going to result in a couple of free throws here for Petr Majstorkovic. He's one of the new ones here at Long Beach State. Was a rotation player last year at Syracuse as a true freshman. Man, they have done this, a massive rebuild at Long Beach State. One returning player, not even starting, and 13 newcomers. So it was all portal for the Beach.
If anybody can do it, Chris Acker can in his second season. He's dynamic because he's a great recruiter. He's been out and he's done it before for this Aztec team. He also knows how to put some offense and defense together. So he'll build his program at Long Beach State.
Yep, developed the likes of Jane Ledee when he was here. On the wing, a touch here for Taj DeGorville, 6'5" sophomore. Here's Newman from Louisiana Tech. He's quite the story. Dribbles into a double team. Great pass inside to Heidi for the bucket off the window.
That's the pass that you want. He's a pass-first point guard, right? I mean, he dishes it off. He looks. He creates. Great cut by Heidi to get to the bucket, and then a good finish.
Sean Newman Jr. was third nationally in assists last year at almost 8 a game. Only player nationally last season to have 16 or more assists in a game. He had a 20-assist game against Russ College. And there's a foul as they go inside.
It's going to take a little time for Newman Jr. to figure out where his guys want the ball. But the guy is going to be able to find his guys because he's just that kind of a passer. His court vision, but the way he draws defenses away from the players and then finds that open player, very impressive.
DeGorville, the foul. That's going to be his first. Opening 2 minutes of opening night here between Long Beach State and the San Diego State Aztecs. Inbound goes in quickly. Majstorovic lines it up, misses. And that's Miles Bird going up for the rebound. Outlet comes out to DeGorville, and he's fouled in the act of shooting. No, an offensive foul will be called on Taj DeGorville. And our first look at B.J. Davis, the 6'2" junior Modesto Christian, will come in, and he'll spell Taj DeGorville less than 3 minutes into this one. You got to like the fact that this team is again deep, even with the two guys out that we mentioned, Lagoon Wath out, along with Reese Dixon Waters, who's, by the way, coming back from missing all last year with a foot injury.
The level of play for this Aztec team this season should not dip when Dutcher goes to his bench. That is how deep and how talented they are, but it's going to take a little time for Dutcher to find the combination of who's going to start, who's going to come in, who's going to be that great 6th player, 7th player off the bench.
And with guys injured, they felt like, okay, we played 2 exhibition games against UCLA where we lost. Then we throttled San Diego, one of the crosstown rivals. But still, all the pieces weren't there, right? And this might, and still they're not here on opening night.
Correct,
and
yeah.
they probably won't be here until November the 18th, as we mentioned, which is the target date for Lagoon Guaf to get back, the 7-foot sophomore big.
It's always that period for coaches of combinations of who's playing together and who needs what kind of coaching.
Here's a touch. Christian Jones throws it inside. Majstorovic one-on-one against Heidi. Double team comes, kick out, extra pass. Jones unleashes the 3, missed back iron, and an offensive rebound. Aztecs don't give up a lot of those. Wing 3, no good by Cole Farrell, and in transition, here we go. Davis lines it up from the wing, in and out. And it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be Long Beach State basketball.
I thought the Beach did a really nice job of making that extra pass, but then they got the O-board off of it. Second chance opportunity. Yep. San Diego State's going to have to work to eliminate that. That was almost an O-board 3 for the Beach, but they did not get that 3. And then you saw transition for the Aztecs down the other way.
Yeah, neither team with a second chance point yet, as we're officially 3 minutes into opening night. Aztecs start the season in search of a 17th Mountain West Conference title. That would be unprecedented. Reached the title game in 7 of their last 8 seasons. and lost the final 2 games of last year, if you recall, in the Mountain West Conference Championship game to Boise State, and then the first 4 to North Carolina.
It was a tough road trip to North Carolina. They hardly had any time to practice. They didn't get on the court. They had a walk-through or kind of a run-through in the banquet room. And then they went and they played, you know, kind of the way that they practiced in the banquet hall, and it just was not an ideal situation.
Shaquille Bender, a grad student from Manhattan, called for the foul there.
You have to remember, this Aztec team is really a detailed-oriented team. They prep, they orient. That's the style of Dutcher, right? And that was the style of Fisher. That's what we know to be true.
200-plus days stewing over what happened in, a 72-hour period between the Boise State Mountain West Conference Championship game and the Carolina first 4 game. On the inbound, and the Aztecs will turn it over. That's going to be their second of the night. They've turned Long Beach State over 3 times here in the first 3.5 minutes, but don't have a lot to show for it, only a 1-point lead. Majstorovic off the window.
Sometimes when you need a bucket, you just got to go inside. You got to get to the rim quick, and that's what Long Beach State decided to do. Good turnaround.
And Brian Dutcher told me during the shoot-around today that, you know, this Long Beach State team, even though they got a lot of guys coming in from the portal, they defend hard. It's the same system that, you know, the Aztecs had because of Chris Acker, the head coach. But he also said, look, they whooped up on a very good LMU team out of the WCC in their one exhibition game that we had the film on. He said it was 26 points. I was talking with the Long Beach State guys. They said that was more like 15 points.
Yeah, 15.
But nonetheless,
15-26.
Yeah, I mean, LMU had a really good year last year. Returns a lot of guys. First look here at LZ Harrington. How about this? The super freshman from St. John Bosco High School in Bellflower up in the CIF Southern section.
Really highly touted.
Yep, crossover, floater with the right hand, in and out. They're just not falling in the early going.
You mentioned Harrington and preseason Freshman of the Year pick.
Yeah, it doesn't happen too often in these parts. I recall Kawhi Leonard having that moniker quite a while ago, and of course Miles Bird too, being the Mountain West Conference Player of the Year in the preseason. Breaking the action, Aztecs trailing by a point. You're watching Aztec basketball on the Mountain West Network and KUSI.
Old Trapper Beefs. One-upping.
I love Old Trapper. I love how tender it is. Don't forget the wood smoke flavor. Savory beef. Quality ingredients. I'm their biggest fan.
I'm looking up at the
Old Trapper. What's your beef?
Getting up on the jump truck is our own.
Gatorade has the #1 proven electrolyte blend, designed to hydrate better than water, made to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel, so you can lose more sweat and run the game. Gatorade, is it in you?
I got plenty of friends
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
It's Bedlam tonight here in Boise.
The crowd is pumping at the pit. This place is electric.
You know, and then you're playing in front of people. Exhibitions are okay, but it's
one might expect maybe some jitters on opening night. You know you've played. It's 3-2 Long Beach State in the early going. Both teams are 1 of 5 from the floor. Nobody's made a 3. We've had a bunch of turnovers, and it's opening night. Let's just put it that way.
yeah,
Right?
they're trying to find their legs. I mean, listen, it's exciting for these guys to be able to play in front of the crowd. You know, this place holds 12-4, 1-4. And there just is something really special about opening night. You're either going to go away 1-0 or 0-1.
Again, no Magoon Guaf out with the knee, and not really clear. I mean, he's not cleared to go 100% in a game yet to face contact. Reese Dixon Waters will not play. Cornel abrasion. I saw that. I thought it was corneal abrasion from the old NBA days of the New Jersey and New York ABA days. How about that inside? Pharaoh Compton.
6'7", 230 pounds, and you saw 230 pounds get after it at the rim. This is your smothering defense of the Aztecs right here, getting on the floor for a loose ball.
Another missed shot by Long Beach State. Rebounded by B.J. Davis. Starting to break the other way, and a takeaway, and then a whistle.
It showed me the right.
My biggest regret is
The Aztecs played a little too fast here in the early going. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, sometimes chaos, when you're creating chaos defensively, you know that you got to rest on offense, right? You can't rest on defense. You got to take your time offensively. But still, when you get a steal or something like that, you get to force a turnover. You want to go. You want to push.
All 4 points for the Aztecs have been in the paint. You had Miles Heide in our first segment bang it off the window, and then Compton a moment ago.
Oh, nice
and
pick.
Davis, yep. Picks 2-on-1. Davis drives in with a left hand. Missed it. Rebounded by Bird. Shuffles it off to Compton. Out to Bird. Left-handed three is good.
Boy, I like that shovel pass by Compton out to Bird. Bird got in his spot. He spotted up. He knew he was going to get the ball back. Compton just gave him a little time.
Going to get a foul on B.J. Davis, defending extra hard on Rob Diaz III in the backcourt. First made triple by either side. First making 4 attempts for San Diego State by Miles Bird, preseason Mountain West Conference Player of the Year. You know, the only other guy to have that moniker was Jamal Franklin, preseason Player of the Year 2012, 2013, and what a block there. Pharaoh Compton comes out of nowhere with a rim protection. First block of the game for San Diego State. Still plenty of time for Long Beach State, 20 on the shot clock. Inbound, and here's Farrell launching a three, and eventually one had to go down. He rattles that one home. He's a Portland State transfer, 6.5 points last year at Portland State, and a really good three-point shooter last year, 37%, which is kind of a little better than the national average. Gliding in was Bird, he missed it, trying to rebound his own miss. Majstorovic came away with a rebound. It's a gritty Long Beach State bunch.
Yeah, they are. They're playing hard. You know, as it was evidenced by that Farrell bucket, he cut hard. 31 games of experience there, and Long Beach got a little hot, Steve.
Majstorovic, the Syracuse transfer, buries a three. Back out in front goes Long Beach State. It's already our 4th lead change, so the Aztecs getting all they can handle here in the opener. Pass zinged inside by Bird to Newman, and getting his pocket pick was the freshman Tay Simmons. Back the other way, Diaz, free throw line jumper, no good. And a whistle. We're going to have a foul here, and it's going against Long Beach State. Pushed by DMX, Derek Michael Exaviero.
One of the best names in college sports.
And the only guy coming back, too.
DMX.
Team fouls are even at 5 apiece. Newman after the handoff from Compton, who fights through not 1 but 2 screens, gets it double team. Nice no-look pass through 3 defenders. That's the freshman Simmons. Rebounds his own miss and counted. Oh, Tay Simmons.
That's what you want to see from your freshmen. And I tell you, Dutcher's going to be impressed. If you line this Aztec team up, you're not going to say that Simmons is a freshman.
Yeah, the first thing we heard today when we came to the shoot-around was the kid loves contact, and you saw it there. He's a freshman. He's already got the shoulders of Jaden Ledee, if you really look at him. 6'6" freshman. Really hard to pick him out. You line up all the freshmen, he'd be the last guy you'd pick, right?
Yep. Well, you know, like I said earlier, coaches are looking right now this time of the year for combinations. Like, who do I have to coach up when they don't have a lot of confidence, and how much coaching do players need? And this is a guy right here in Simmons. He's going to impress a lot of people early. I have a feeling he's going to give Dutcher a reason to keep him on the floor for a lot of minutes.
Kid from Heritage Christian High School, 4-star recruit by ESPN and 24/7. He was the 18th best forward in California last year. Can't complete the three-point play, but his first made field goal officially in college basketball was something spectacular. Even at 9, our first tie after we've gone back and forth 4 times in the early going. 7 minutes in. Farrell, who's knocked out a 3, gets a screen from the ex-Aztec. Here's Diaz to the elbow. 1 to shoot, and it's going to be a shot clock violation. There's that stifling defense.
And Long Beach State they just missed the call on that one. I mean, they didn't even get a last-second shot. Just had no idea. Lost track of the shot clock. And
5 turnovers now for the Beach. Crossover, that's Newman. Here's Harrington. Harrington, cross-court pass into the corner. Setting it up, a 3 with some contact. It's Simmons. How about that? All state, all 4 years in high school. Heritage Christian is in Northridge, California.
Spread the floor, good things happen. You get to the corner, that's a skip pass. We've seen a couple skip passes by this Aztec team. These guards really finding their teammates.
How we didn't end up at Sierra Canyon, I will never know. Here's a deep 3 by Diaz, who missed the shot, but there to rebound it and slam it home was Dallas Washington. He was a high school kid last year at Santa Margarita up in Orange County. He's a top 100 ESPN recruit and a great sign by Chris Acker, maybe one of his best.
Yeah, ranked number 8 in prospect in Cali for the class of 2025. Big-time player. He said his upside is just really the sky's the limit.
5 second chance points for Long Beach State, 7 for the Aztecs here in the early going. As Long Beach State shooting just 33%.
Good help
along the
side.
baseline, and timeout. Aztecs with a 1-point advantage here at home. You're watching Aztec basketball on the Mountain West Network and KUSI.
This is San Diego State University, where every possibility shines with Southern California life. And the ideas that drive you will come to light. You'll join a vibrant community cheering for the spirit of play, with world-class academic programs that help you meet the future where it's going, in a setting that will spark your imagination. Dare to discover the unknown.
Hey, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and drop a like and share the stream so we get more people watching.
Mountain West is in the game. Now it's your turn to call the plays, win the rivalries, own the moment. Your school, your squad, your chance to take the title. It's time to step up and make history with your favorite Mountain West team, where stars are born.
Bull Trapper Beefs. Last bag.
You know there's plenty for both of you.
Bull Trapper, what's your beef?
Five lead changes, 1 tie so far on opening night for the Aztecs, and it's hard to get a read on Long Beach State with 13 newcomers, only 1 returning player. So the Aztecs sort of flying blind, if you will. I guess that's kind of the way it goes now with the portal in college basketball.
Yeah, Chris Acker, again, in his 2nd season. We talked about him being a dynamic recruiter. If anybody can do it and go out. Remember, as an assistant with the Aztecs, Steve, you mentioned it, the success that he had with Jaden Ledee and just developing players. He was 134-34. That was the record when Chris Acker was here, and he had a big part of that. These assistant coaches, man, they're the ones that do things in practice, and when nobody's looking, right?
Yep.
When game's not happening, those are the hard These coaches work really, really hard. He's earned his right to be a head coach.
Well, his first year with Malachi Flynn, that was the COVID-shortened season where they went 30-2. Here's another takeaway. A third steal for the Aztecs. Slob up to Compton. He missed and almost tipped in by Simmons. Aztecs now shooting sub 40%. Little shot fake, and that will result in a travel for Christian Jones.
Meanwhile, you're seeing Dutcher just go to his bench really freely, and you like to see it. 7 points from the bench so far, Steve, in this game for the Aztecs.
Already 9 used by Coach Dutcher in the early going. And again, no Lagoon Guath or Reese Dixon Waters, who Dutcher really wanted to see play. This might result in a Newman assist, a missed shot from the outside there by Taj DeGorville, who's back in. Long Beach State with the basketball here. Long Beach State 7-25 a year ago, 3-17 of the Big West Conference, and a foul right at the logo. DeGorville banging right into Dallas, Washington.
Yeah, he's got 3, so he's going to have to go to the bench. He knew it right away, too. You appreciate the hustle, just unfortunately made that contact. It's the right call, but
we'll get a chance to see Jeremiah Oden back in for Simmons as well. Up to Gorville to the bench with those 3 personal fouls, 0 of 1 shooting. A couple of turnovers in 5 minutes on the floor for the 6'5" sophomore, who they think might have a chance to develop into the starting point guard before it's all said and done. 3 by Dallas, Washington, trying to stretch the floor for the big. Newman Jr. down the floor. Here's Davis. Hiding the screen. Newman's got great court vision, doesn't he? You can just see. Great surveyor. Here's Bird, one-on-one against Lewis. Back out, Davis, 3 to shoot, and down she goes on the triple.
yeah, great pass, too, by Bird. You got to give it to him because that shot doesn't happen for Davis unless Bird sees him.
What defense by Oden. Takes it away and slams it home. Timeout, Long Beach State. They're on their feet opening night at Viejas Arena. You do your thing, big fella. Defense leading to offense by just one guy, the 6'8" senior who's played in this building before. Remember, he was at Wyoming for his first 3 years. So coming in here to play the Aztecs.
It was a great trap in the backcourt, right? For the Aztecs, they picked up the ball, and then Odom just with a huge move. Steve, you got 6'8", 210 going to the rim. I don't think anybody's going to stop you.
Quite impressive, and now San Diego State opens up their biggest lead of this game. 3 turnovers here in the last 2:19 for Long Beach State. Scoring drought for the Beach is 2:19. Aztecs have already turned over Long Beach State 8 times in the first, not even 10 and a half minutes. Points off of turnovers, 8 of the 17 so far for San Diego State. And that's kind of been the recipe, right, that we've seen year in and year out.
Now, the defense is really settling in here, too, for the Aztecs. Shaking off the dust for the first 10 minutes. But like I said, you got the trap in the backcourt. They're really starting to feel, positions where they're supposed to be and making the right calls. And, again, creating chaos defensively are the Aztecs.
Exaviero had it. DMX setting the screen, now rolling to the bucket. The dish off, and he gets the bucket assist. Rob Diaz the third. Might have taken an extra step, but he gets away with it. 4-point game, 2-minute scoring drought is over. Speaking of over, Newman was well over the rim there on the missed shot. Diaz sets up, left-handed 3, no good.
Herbert was good.
Offensive rebound and a strip there. DMX had the offensive rebound, and the Aztec defense said, "Nuh-uh, we're not going to let you get a shot up." Davis Davis. Great little crossover, drive, kick, corner. Oden sets up the three, missed it. And the ball picked up there by Isaiah Lewis.
Still like the move, though. He saw the switch. He read the switch well on that screen, and then he tried to hit the guy in the corner for an open shot.
Exaviero.
Just chilling, big chilling.
Back to a 2-point game again. 5 lead changes and a tie. Aztecs' 6-point lead of a moment ago has been shaved down to just a possession. Heidi trying to set a screen, rolls off of it, nothing there.
A big hedge there by DMX to stop Davis Jr.
4 to shoot. They got to hurry. Deep, Oden. That's going to be short. Shot clock violation. That's the kind of defense that Chris Acker had helped coach when he was here at San Diego State not too long ago. Aztecs with a 2-point lead. You're watching Aztec basketball on the Mountain West Network at KUSI.
Credit Union One Free Checking has everything you need to bank on the go. Make deposits and more with our highly rated mobile app. And get your direct deposit up to 2 days sooner with CU1 Early Pay. Open your account in minutes at creditunion1.org.
Gatorade has the #1 proven electrolyte blend, designed to hydrate better than water. Made to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel, so you can lose more sweat and earn a place in history. Gatorade. Is it in you?
Old Trapper Beefs. One-upping.
I'm a big Old Trapper fan. Not bigger than me. I love Old Trapper. I love how tender it is. Don't forget the wood smoke flavor.
What about the clear bag?
That shows you exactly what you're getting. Savory.
Yo, appreciate the resub.
I'm their biggest fan.
Appreciate the resub, Herbie. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Will you sign my bag and my tattoo?
This is San Diego State University, where every possibility shines with Southern California life. And the ideas that drive you will come to light. You'll join a vibrant community cheering for the spirit of play, with world-class academic programs that help you meet the future where it's going, in a setting that will spark your imagination. Dare to discover the unknown.
Alongside Tammy Blackburn, we welcome you courtside Viejas Arena, Steve Fisher Court, opening night. Aztecs with a 2-point advantage here, 7:47 to go in the first half. Long Beach State, the first opponent. Idaho State going to be here on Sunday. Little backcourt pressure, and they break it. Long Beach State shooting 25%. I mean, this Aztec team led the nation in field goal defense last year, holding opponents to 37.8%. Best mark of the nation. Here's my Storovich, and he buries another, and back out in front goes Long Beach State. They are 3 of 9 on threes. He's the leading scorer on both sides with 9 to get a rotation player at Syracuse last year. Big possession in the first half here.
Yeah, they should. If not, I probably have to fix it again, but they usually do.
Going to stick with San Diego State. 12 to go on the shot clock.
Well, you got to be impressed with Rob Diaz, 6'2", 185, junior for Long Beach. Great defense, but he was the reason why Long Beach State just got that bucket and went ahead by 1 against the Aztecs down at the other end. He stayed with it. Davis playing great defense on Diaz, but it was the patience in the end where they got the bucket.
Well, maybe Brian Dutcher was right when he said, you know, Long Beach State kind of mirrors us. Here's an open 3. Harrington! Welcome to NCAA Division I basketball.
Yeah, it should show up in the general chat.
And how about it being a 3 ball?
Just like he did at St. John Bosco. when everyone went to the campus in Bellflower, they were looking for Brandon McCoy Jr., and he's a kid that originally committed to Harvard, did Harrington. And then his dad got sick, eventually passed away not too long ago, and he decided, okay, I want to stay locally in Southern California. And what a find for the Aztecs. 14 to shoot, 6:31 to go in the first half. Long Beach State trails by 20. 7 lead changes. There's a drive and a great take by Cole Farrell, Portland State transfer. Even at 20. Second time we've been tied. Crossover Harrington drives into the double team. Pull up, right of the lane, missed it. Storkovich is having a heck of a game. That's his 4th rebound already to go along with 9 points.
Yeah, Long Beach State's been impressive from the rebound perspective. They actually are out-rebounding the Aztecs right now, 14-9, getting after it on the O-glass. But how about 11 defensive boards for this Long Beach State team? You don't want to give San Diego State any second chance points, especially since the big guys, these are big fellas for the Aztecs. So Long Beach State doing what they need to do to box out and get into the rim, playing tough.
Unforced error by Long Beach State, a turnover, which will be their 9th of the first half. Leopold Lavillain, 6'9" freshman from France, with the miscue. Here's Newman, terrific point guard at Louisiana Tech the past few years. 3rd nationally in assist. Heidi inside. Heidi one-on-one over the top of the freshman Lavillain for the bucket.
They stayed tough, right? He had a nice dribble, nice turnaround there. And he just had to get to the rim. He had to be tough at the rim, and that's what Heidi does. You're going to see that, and he's so versatile.
Oh, and he takes it away. Down the floor, and counted! Oh, with the left hand off the window. A half dozen for Miles Heidi. He puts the Aztecs ahead by 4. And he's the leading scorer for San Diego State, despite only being on the floor for 9 minutes so far in the first half.
Well, I mentioned his versatility and what he can do, and you saw the defense there. First the bucket, then the steal, and then goes down and gets potentially an and-one situation here. And Steven, understanding what Brian Dutcher talks about Heidi, he says, you know, he can move to the 4. If we don't want to play him at the 5 in the center, he can move to the 4 spot, and we can bring in a center. So a lot of versatility with Heidi, going to be exciting to watch.
And a dude that can shoot. You know, he ended the year shooting 81% in his final 8 games last year. And it was a big sample size, 26 of 32. Here's a deep 3. Farrell missed it.
With 4 rebounds to go with that.
And here's Bird, a little Euro step off the window. Aztecs match their biggest lead of this first half. They're up a half dozen. 6-0 run over the last 40 seconds for San Diego State. Made their last 3 field goals. A little give and go there inside, and a bucket by Shea Johnson Jr. He was at San Diego State last year, 15 games last year for the Aztecs, averaged just over a point, and got a chance to play 1 minute in the first 4 against Carolina before deciding to continue his career at Long Beach State.
Smart read in the paint by Johnson Jr. He knew the help side was there. He had to pull up. I'll tell you who's pulling up. Miles Bird's pulling up right now. That's who's pulling up.
Fantastic 3 there. 7-point game, largest Aztec lead of the first half here. Bird with 8. Made both his 3-point shots. Aztecs are 5 of 10. And Lewis drives in and missed the chippy. Rebounded by Heidi, another Gear Newman. And taking it is Bird. He's not shy. It's Bird's night on opening night. You're watching Aztec basketball on the Mountain West Network and KUSI.
It's Bedlam tonight here in Boise.
The crowd is pumping at the pit. This place is electric.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
This is San Diego State University, where every possibility shines with Southern California life. And the ideas that drive you will come to light. You'll join a vibrant community cheering for the spirit of play, with world-class academic programs that help you meet the future where it's going, in a setting that will spark your imagination. Dare to discover the unknown.
Ninth, they're on a 6-0 run of the last 30 seconds thanks to the play of Miles Bird, team leader with 11 points on 3 of 3 shooting here in the early going, and he's stealing the show here on opening night. A kid that dipped his toe into the NBA draft and decided to come back to San Diego State.
He's got 4 rebounds. The guy's just playing like he's on fire right now. You mentioned he dipped his toe in the NBA Combine, actually had a really good workout at the NBA Combine. He's just been playing so much ball over the summer and trained hard, went to that Combine, mentioned that he played well, very impressive, but you know, nothing is guaranteed there. And he came back and he was in the second session of training with the Aztecs and he got right back in, and you can tell he's just been playing a ton of basketball.
4th year in the program for the junior from Stockton, California. You kind of forget he had a medical red shirt during the 22-23 season. And Long Beach State is going to turn it over again here for an 11th time in this first half.
You take a look at Bird's minutes. In 14 minutes of productivity, 2 assists, 4 rebounds. He's 4 of 5, but he's 3 of 3 from the line, from downtown.
Off the missed shot, Simmons. That was one freshman trying to rescue another, and he will with the N1. Dutch signed himself a pretty good class here, huh? Guys that can take it to the hoop, good takes, and guys that can finish at the rim. Simmons is 3 for 5 from the floor. He has 7 points as you look at the replay there.
It has been a quick hit for San Diego State. In just 2:25, it's a 14-2 run. Just over 2 minutes, and they got 14 points.
Yeah, but they made 6 of their last 8 shots over that 2:25, and they're defending here, and they're going to get Bird for a foul. It won't be Bird. The Aztecs will get a foul. That's going to be a foul on Simmons there. That'll be his first. It'll send Cole Farrell to the free throw line where he misses. This is the 3rd free throw taken in the first half for Long Beach State. And we talk about Acker, who was here at San Diego State, but their AD, I think their deputy AD as well. Even Ali Tavakol was the San Diego State Director of Operations that Chris Acker brought over to Long Beach State. So
Bobby Smitherin, yeah, the AD, Bobby Smitherin, good friend of a lot of us, and we were super stoked for him to get the opportunity to lead.
Hey, maybe they're starting to build over the next 25 years what San Diego State has done the last quarter of a century here.
I think so. They got the right guys in place, and you know, not surprised a lot of these guys up there come from San Diego State.
Here's Diaz throwing it up, missing. Compton the rebound, gonna turn it over. Too hot of a pass. Bounce pass underneath. Diaz let his defense fly by and scores the bucket. He was a Division II CAA freshman of the year 2 years ago at Cal Poly Humboldt.
First team honors.
They needed that one. You kind of forget Long Beach State a couple of years ago, right? With Coach Munson, and they let him go, and then they won the Big West tournament and went to the NCAA tournament while he was a lame duck coach. He's now doing good things at Eastern Washington. A drive! Oh, are you kidding me? Freshmen are not supposed to do that. That gets the roar of not one but two 747s rolling down the runway. It's been a long time since the roar has continued to go up like that inside Viejas Arena. Wow. What a dunk by the freshman.
Oh yeah. 1K. I can't show Duke versus Texas or UNLV versus UC Martin. I don't have the copyrights to that. I only got the copyrights for this one. But we're gonna have UNLV versus Chattanooga on Saturday.
John Bosco last year, 73rd by ESPN in their top 100. Lead is back to 12. Aztecs have been up by as many as 13. And down goes DMX, and he missed it. And in transition, Compton ain't gonna miss on the other end.
I mean, heck of a pass by Harrington. Eyes up, hits Compton. How about the big fella running the floor? Look at this hands and the finish. But, you know, you got to turn around and point to your freshman guy in Harrington for that pass.
That's already his second assist. You can see why Pharaoh Compton, the sophomore, has a 7'5" wingspan. Oh, man. And was a 64.5% shooter last year. Bird was going for the defensive rebound. Ball goes out. A couple of substitutions. In comes Sean Newman Jr. And I keep my eye on that because when we went to the last timeout break, he went down and seemed to have maybe tweaked an ankle just a bit. So I'm glad to see him back here with 1:18 to go in the first half. Kind of got lost in the Miles Bird back-to-back triples, right, as we went to break. Compton disrupted that one on the shot attempt by Farrell. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Chris Acker making an argument to our officiating crew that hit the rim, and so they should have more time on the shot clock. 20 seconds as opposed to 10. Quick inbound to Diaz. Hand off to DMX, who rolls off the screen. They couldn't find him. They'll settle for a three. This shot there by Gavin Sykes. Ball loose on the deck, picked up by the Aztecs. Here comes Newman through traffic to the freshman Harrington. Got bumped by his defender and a foul. That one's going on Diaz. Oh, I like the tempo, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well, you get in that transition. First of all, it was a strip. Good effort by Long Beach State. They stripped Compton. But they got the loose ball, and these guys, they just pick their eyes up, and they see guys down the floor. They're going to hit them.
Here's the freshman Harrington.
They're going to have a lot of opponents. The Aztecs will. They're going to be looking at the back of their jerseys because they're going to be run and gunning. Yes. A great style to play. So far, fast break points. The advantage, San Diego State 7 to Long Beach State, only 1, Steve.
Harrington, his career at St. John Bosco, almost 15 points a game. He did a lot of good things. 5 assists, 4 boards, a little over 2 steals. Again, everybody fell in love with Brandon McCoy Jr., who's still in high school, but has, I think, left St. John Bosco. But Harrington is here. And a steal by Harrington, right on cue. You go, young man, and he blows the dunk. A little bit of humility here on opening night. He won't do that again. 15-point Aztec lead. Biggest of the night. Difference between the shot clock and the game clock's about 0.3 here. Long Beach State in no rush. Shooting just 25%. Here's a three to cut into the lead. It's an air ball by Majstorovic. Fired up by Bird. It would count had it gone, and it does not count. And the Aztecs will enjoy a 15-point halftime lead. Take a break, come back with all the halftime. You're watching Aztec basketball on the Mountain West Network and KUSI.
All right, y'all. We at halftime. San Diego State up 40-25 over Long Beach State. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you're on YouTube. Make sure y'all drop a follow on Twitch. And we'll be back for second half action.
The crowd is pumping at the pit. This place is electric.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
This is San Diego State University, where every possibility shines with Southern California life. And the ideas that drive you will come to light. You'll join a vibrant community cheering for the spirit of play, with world-class academic programs that help you meet the future where it's going, in a setting that will spark your imagination. Dare to discover the unknown.
Under the 10-minute mark for me is where the game changed. I think they started to settle in. I mean, you got Aztec guys playing in the passing lane. They're really pushing Long Beach State way away from the basket. You can tell the Beach are having a hard time even kind of sometimes entering the ball into their own offense because of the defense by San Diego State. And they've assisted about half of the buckets as San Diego State. You can live with some of the other ones not being assisted because their passing lane defense, they get away with the steal, so no assist there, but you appreciate the hustle effort.
We expected Miles Bird to be in double figures, right? After testing the NBA waters with 11 points. And now you've got 2 freshmen who are really good in that first half, Harrington and Simmons.
Tell you, they showed a lot, right? These guys are strong. I mean, they're getting after it on the defensive side, but offensively, they're really sharp. I thought Harrington, he just exploded at some point. You could tell his confidence got up. His first bucket of his college career, a 3-pointer, and then he just got himself going. Simmons, great around the bucket. I mean, that guy's going to be a bruiser. He's going to knock people out.
Well, we've got a lot coming up here at halftime, and when we come back, Jeremiah Odom and Sean Newman Jr. will sit down with the voice of the Aztecs, John Schaefer. That's coming your way next.
It's Bedlam tonight here in Boise.
The crowd is pumping at the pit. This place is electric.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
This is San Diego State University, where every possibility shines with Southern California life. And the ideas that drive you will come to light. You'll join a vibrant community cheering for the spirit of play, with world-class academic programs that help you meet the future where it's going, in a setting that will spark your imagination. Dare to discover the unknown.
You always like guys that play well against you. And Jeremiah always played well against us. Whether it was shooting threes, attacking the basket. I mean, we watch his individual clips before we played him, and he had so many highlight dunks that we would run back and like, holy smokes. And so when he left Wyoming, we tried to recruit him. But obviously, he's got a Chicago background. His father played at DePaul. And so we had a tough time convincing him to come here. He went 1 year to DePaul, went to Charlotte, hurt his foot, so didn't play. And so now here we go. We get a veteran player with 1 year to play that we loved his game from the start. And now we get a chance to have him in our program.
Jeremiah, how's it feel to be back in the Mountain West?
Feels great. It's one of my favorite conferences in college basketball. Just the venues, the teams, competition level. It was something I missed when I transferred, so I'm glad that I had a chance to come back around and play in it one more time.
And coming off the foot injury, how's your health heading into the upcoming year?
It's good. Fully cleared, healthy, been practicing with the guys, doing full contact and all that. So I feel good, feel confident in it, getting my explosion back, feeling like myself out there, so I feel good.
So for Aztec fans, and a number of them have seen you, and you've had so much success in your career against San Diego State as well. But for those that haven't been watching as closely, how do you describe your game?
I would say that I am a player that can fit into a lot of different schemes. I feel like I bring shooting, I bring athleticism, I bring intensity, winning plays, defense, rebounding. So I think those are really things that I can bring in. I think one of the things that's best about me that is going to really help our team is I'm really good at playing with other good players. You know, that's a skill that everybody doesn't have. You can put me on the floor with 4 other pros, and I feel like I can fit in. I won't step on toes, and I'll still be effective and impact the game at a high level.
Do you have a feel for how you'll fully be utilized when you look at the depth of this team?
Started to get a feel for it the more you play. I'm still learning the system, so I don't really know all the way yet. I'm sure I'll play maybe a couple positions in practice right now. You know, we're just kind of starting to feel things out. So I'm starting to learn the system a little bit, but I'm sure as the next few months unfold, I'll start to get a better idea of what that's going to look like exactly.
What was it like as a player facing San Diego State?
You just knew it was going to be a war, you know. It's the game you have, one of the games you have circled on your schedule all year. So, you know, when you play, like, you're going to get everybody's best game. People have been thinking about this game for a month, 2 months, 3 months. Coaches have probably been talking about this game for a month, 2 months, 3 months. So I know what to expect on this side of it. But as a player playing on the other side of it, you just want to go and you want to prove that you can play against the best in the league. They're always first, second, third in the league. So you're going to bring your A game.
It's Bedlam tonight here in Boise.
The crowd is pumping at the pit. This place is electric.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
This is San Diego State University, where every possibility shines with Southern California life. And the ideas that drive you will come to light. You'll join a vibrant community, cheering for the spirit of play. With world-class academic programs that help you meet the future where it's going, in a setting that will spark your imagination. Dare to discover the unknown.
Sean Newman Jr. is joining the Aztecs from Louisiana Tech. And last season, one stat in particular.
What's up, Pizza? How you doing, bro?
Just he was third in the country in assists. And then if you looked at his season's assists last year, he would have beat Tony Gwynn's record, who is still the all-time assist leader. So hopefully he's able to come here and put up those kind of numbers with us, where he's making life easier on our returning players.
Yeah, man, I'm happy to hear that, bro.
It's great. You know, it's wonderful only being 2 hours away from home, and then my family's, you know, able to come to every home game. And just being back on the West Coast, it's nothing like it, so I'm blessed to be back.
What has this experience been like, from junior college to Ruston, Louisiana, with Louisiana Tech, to get to San Diego State? How do you describe this college journey?
Nice, bro. I'm happy to hear that for you, bro.
It's great. You know, I always think back to myself, like, you can't compare your journey to anyone else's. Everybody goes on their separate journey. And for me, it's just taught me just to continue working no matter what the present looks like, because you don't know where you'll end up.
When you think about the evolution of your game or your growth, where have you seen the growth at each step of the way?
I think just experience is a great teacher, and each year I feel like that there's something I'm always getting better at, whether that's getting stronger, getting more explosive, and just knowing the game at a higher level. There's always something I'm always working on, and this year it's
Game is good. San Diego State's up 40-25. Been pretty solid so far.
I've been a pass first guy, so something that really comes natural. But each year, there's always something I am getting better at.
How do you describe your overall game in general? Pass first guard. What else would you add to that as a player?
I would really just say a playmaker. You know, I'm a guy that does whatever it takes to win, whether that's passing or scoring, you know, just being a great teammate, whatever it is, I'm willing to do for a win.
When you had a game last year with 20 assists, I mean, that's an unbelievable total. What are your memories from that game?
All of my teammates' shots were going in.
Have you had a game like that at any level, high school, junior college?
Nah, not 20. The most I probably got last year was 12. But
oh, for real? Let me go stop by if he's still on.
Like, I mean, this is such a deep team. It's unbelievable. And then you look at all the guards on this roster as well. How does that get the best out of you when you're going up against that level of competition?
It's great. Like, you're always going to get better no matter who you're guarding. You're going to guard B.J. Davis. You're going to get reps on Taj DeGorville. Then you got Miles Bird. You know, it's so many guys that, you know, you're playing against during practice that's preparing you for what's to come. So it's great.
said it wasn't pretty. 7 lead changes, and we were tied 2 times here on opening night, but finally the Aztecs got into a groove. That's what it certainly felt like, and they lead by 15 to start the second half, their biggest lead of the night. Alongside Tammy Blackburn, my name is Steve Quiss. At halftime, Dutch telling his guys, don't give them the middle, don't give them the baseline. If they do go to the
Oh, nice,
then send
nice,
it.
nice.
Okay, that might be a contradiction in terms, but don't gamble, I think, is the one thing on defense. And again, it's all about defense here. And a pretty good first half where they allowed just 25 points and held Long Beach State to 23% from the floor shooting.
And the reason why, don't gamble because if you do, sometimes you pick up the foul. If you do, sometimes you get beat, right? So there's a message, no gamble.
Nearly a 14th turnover for Long Beach State and a block from behind. Boy, by the smallest guy on the floor, huh? By Newman Jr. Add that to the resume. And then Bird turns it over. 9th Aztec turnover. So here we go back to the sloppy starts, huh? Over the top, and last touch by Long Beach State off of Majstorovic. And then that first half, Miles Bird with 11 points. And Miles Heide had 6 on 3 of 3 shooting, 6 for LZ Harrington. And we're really impressed too by the play of the young freshman Tay Simmons at 8 minutes. He had 8 points on 3 of 5 shooting.
We didn't see DeGorville much. He got into personal foul trouble. He had 3. He had to sit. Like to see him a little bit more. He draws the foul here on this possession. Majstorovic will pick up that foul against DeGorville.
And so early work here now for Dallas Washington, the 6'10 freshman from Santa Margarita, as Majstorovic comes out with a 3rd personal foul. He'll join the young freshman Leopold Lavillen with 3 fouls apiece. Aztecs are in good shape as far as fouls are concerned, with just DeGorville picking up 3 in his first 6 minutes on the floor. Should see him here, I would assume, shortly. Bird had a really nice stretch too, back-to-back threes. He made all 3 of his threes. 1 minute into the second half, DeGorville back in. Here's Jeremiah Odom, J.O. they call him. Good passing leads to a Newman 3. That should be a shot clock violation. It did not hit the rim.
Touch pass by Bird gets over to Newman. Just not enough time. Newman had to launch that thing, but hit the air ball. So there you see Simmons, who right behind Long Beach State. Farrell there on the baseline, getting some extra stretch in. Simmons, a great first half. Good production. Here's the thing. Here's the question for Dutch, right? Who are you going to get with all of these minutes? How are you going to get these guys these minutes?
Right.
I mean,
it's a great problem to have, huh?
It's
good.
To have.
62% of last year's minutes return. Only Purdue boosts more nationally at 69.7%. And then if you work in the likes of Reese Dixon Waters, right, who sat out last year because of the foot injury, and you could call him a returner as well from his minutes 2 years ago, it goes up as well. So lots of veterans out there for a team that led the nation in field goal defense last year, holding opponents to 37.8%. And I would not be surprised if they hold Long Beach State to 32% when it's all said and done here tonight. After this, Long Beach State is headed to Fresno State and then Pacific, so 3 road games. And that's thrown out of bounds. Aztecs force another turnover. It doesn't matter what group is out there, they're going to get the ball back for you. And under Brian Dutcher, when the Aztecs force 15 or more turnovers, San Diego State is 85-18. So that's a good recipe, and Long Beach State just picked up their 15th turnover. And you think, again, Lagoon Guaf is out. Target date November the 18th to come back. And no Reese Dixon Waters because of the minor eye injury. Should see him Sunday against Idaho State. We'll be right back here on the Mountain West Network, KUSI, with a 2 o'clock start. DeGorville with 8 to shoot, going around Diaz.
Nice.
Drives in. Beautiful. Great take.
Got a nice screen. And it turned the corner.
Here's Lewis, and a long-range 3 goes long. In transition, here come the Aztecs. DeGorville trying to do it again. Why not? And that time he'll miss. Heidi almost got the offensive rebound. And it's going to be Aztec basketball. Shea Johnson Jr. will come out, and then back in Leopold LaVillen with the three personals. Into Heidi. Handoff. DeGorville turns another corner, and we'll get to the line for a couple here. Fouled in the act of shooting is the sophomore from Wasatch Academy in Utah.
I'll tell you, we didn't see him much in the first half.
Yeah, Pizza. I think I'm going to get on the Battle Pass too eventually.
Didn't see a whole lot from him, but he's got a big upside, and you can see he's got great handles. The guy can read being able to read kind of possession, how to break down defense. Yeah. He's got mixes his speeds well, can get to the basket. You see how he's kind of getting to the middle of the floor, using the paint. The paint is his friend. DeGorville is certainly going to be a great addition.
And that's, you talked about handles, the H word right there, and that's kind of why, you know, at the shoot around today, they were saying he's got a chance to be a starting point guard one day, if not this year, next year. I know Sean Newman Jr. would have something to say about that, coming off a season where he was third nationally in assists at almost 8 a game. It's a good problem to have. Here's Lewis driving in. Heidi gets to him. Back out to Diaz. 11,644 in the building tonight. They like what they see. With 2 to go, that's a clutch wing three from the outside. That is Lewis. Little Rock transfer. He's got his brother Emmanuel on the roster. Just over 9 points last year at Little Rock.
Playing together for the first time since high school.
Yeah, both LA kids. Pass inside to Heidi, got picked off. Diaz comes away with it. Diaz gonna go coast to coast with a finger roll in and out, but cleaned up on the glass. At Washington again. Man, that'll play big time in the Big West, where they don't have a lot of big bodies, with the exception of maybe at Irvine, and on a couple of years, you know, every other year, maybe at Santa Barbara.
And those are the kind of plays, too, for Dutcher on this side of things. You know, it's frustrating for him. He wants those things to be cleaned up. He doesn't want Long Beach State to be able to make those type of plays against him, especially in this second half where, you know, the Aztecs last 10 minutes of the first half played really well. He wanted to come out, really wanted to stick it to this Long Beach State team right away, not even keep it close in his home opener. And he says, we got, you know, you can just tell by his body language, he's not happy about that last play.
14-point lead for the Aztecs. They were up 19 a moment ago at the 17:48 mark. So just over a minute to go, cutting into the lead. Long Beach State. J.O. the three, missed. Washington the rebound. Man, he's a big dude. And now he's handling little .5 action here for Dallas Washington. Meets the double team, and Bird just kind of punched in. Got called for the foul, and now he's limping. That's not a good sign here at the 16-14 mark. He'll have to come out. Simmons will come in. Ay, ay, ay. He's already battling through an abdominal strain. He missed part of the San Diego exhibition. Lewis. Washington stretched the floor, big fella, but he throws up an air ball, and he's going to hear it from the show. That's the worst possible place in all of NCAA college basketball to shoot an air ball. And that they were somewhat mild. They let him off the hook there.
Yeah, they didn't do a whole lot. I was expecting a lot more.
Yeah, must be midterms. Here's Harrington. He turns the corner. Davis rescues that. Davis, the floater high off the window. It doesn't go. And it's going to be Long Beach State basketball. And that'll take us to a break at the 15:49 mark. A 14-point advantage for the Aztecs. You're watching Aztec basketball, the Mountain West Network, and KUSI.
It's Bedlam tonight here in Boise.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
This is San Diego State University, where every possibility shines with Southern California life. And the ideas that drive you will come to light. You'll join a vibrant community cheering for the spirit of play, with world-class academic programs that help you meet the future where it's going, in a setting that will spark your imagination. Dare to discover the unknown.
Aztec lead is 14. They went on a 20-5 run to end the first half after it was sort of ugly with the 7 lead changes and the 2 ties in the early going. They built the lead to 19 moments ago, but a mini run here by Long Beach State. I don't want to call it a manageable 14-point deficit for the Beach. It never is with the defense that the Aztecs have played and continue to play year in and year out. It'll be Long Beach State basketball. They might see in the backcourt a little bit of press. You hear that cheer, Uncle Teddy. They just put him on the jumbotron here. He didn't know it was kiss cam, so he didn't kiss the person next to him, but he got
who was sitting next to him?
he got a nice ovation. Long Beach State almost lost that one. It would have been the 17th turnover. It's going to be here. Lob up to Compton. And he came up short, but gets fouled.
Well, Ted Neitler was making the rounds at half, going around and visiting with fans. Plenty of them for Uncle Teddy.
He's got just as good a seat across from us, maybe better than where he sat during his time as the legendary play-by-play voice for San Diego State basketball and football, and the Padres and the Chargers.
So is that what comes with retiring from being the voice of the Aztecs, is a seat like that?
I would think in this world of NIL, they would need him to pony up the cash to sit there, to be quite honest with you.
I'm thinking the same thing. I'm thinking the guy's a guest of somebody.
We are told Miles Bird with a cramp in his hamstring. And he's on the bike right now trying to work it out like he's at LA Fitness at 4:15 in the afternoon. Aztec lead is 16. Compton Farrow makes both his free throws a half dozen. Only one Aztec in double figures, that's Bird, and a timeout Long Beach State. They got tied up because of the harassing Aztec defense, and that's going to take us to a break. Aztecs by 16, 15, 20 to go in the second half. You're watching Aztec basketball on the Mountain West Network and KUSI.
It's Bedlam tonight here in Boise.
The crowd is pumping at the pit. This place is electric.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
This is San Diego State University, where every possibility shines with Southern California life. And the ideas that drive you will come to light. You'll join a vibrant community cheering for the spirit of play, with world-class academic programs that help you meet the future where it's going, in a setting that will spark your imagination. Dare to discover the unknown.
Aztecs have opened up a 16-point lead here. Opening night, 15:20 to go. Long Beach State to inbound it out of the timeout. Long Beach State will have 2 timeouts the rest of the way, and another turnover forced by the Aztecs. 17 turnovers for Long Beach State. We still got 15-12 to go. And again, that mark, right? We're not just throwing numbers out here. We're under Brian Dutcher, when the Aztecs force 15 or more turnovers, they're 85-18 in his 9 years since taking over for Steve Fisher.
And 20 points off of those turnovers, so taking advantage of it, not only hurting you with the steal, but finishing at the other end.
Baseline to Gorville. The Gorville now to Compton. Double team comes, he recognizes it. Davis with 5 to shoot, back and away. Davis moves right, he's got to hurry. Step back jumper, no good. Simmons an offensive rebound at a fresh 20. Freshman is playing well, huh?
Great rebounder. I've just been impressed with Simmons around the rim and crashing the boards.
Long Beach State actually has the advantage there as the Aztecs turn it over. A 23-22 advantage on the boards for Long Beach State.
The margin was bigger for Long Beach State in that category in the first half, so they're closing the gap, the Aztecs are, with their rebounding, and it starts with guys like Compton and Simmons getting after it on the glass on a miss by Davis. Simmons, second chance opportunity for your team.
Aztec picked to win it all here in the final year of the Mountain West. All 26 first place votes. Nestorovic missed it. Boy, some hops for Davis. One of the smaller guards on the court gives it up to Bird, who's now back in. And well, I wonder if he was on the bike there. He came out at the 16-14 mark just over 2 minutes ago with cramping, and something didn't look right there. You know, to get your body right into the 3, and you would know you play, you got to have some strength in those legs, and look at him on that right hamstring there.
Especially if you're stepping into it or if you're coming off a screen, right? You got to plant, turn, depending on where you are.
We'll keep our eye on that. That's another storyline to go along with Guath not playing, or Dixon Waters, who should be back when we're back in this building against Idaho State on Sunday.
My gosh, and you say that, Steve, and I look at what we've seen on the court here today, and you think, all right, there's an opportunity to do a lot of things offensively and defensively with this team. We established that at the very beginning of the show, but Dutcher just really, he's a guy that has the ability to put people together in scenarios and combinations. That's what he has done. This is why he is so successful. He has a great feel for that. These are guys that are going to be competing for minutes in the gym, and they don't even have a full slate here tonight.
Oh, what a block. Miles Bird with authority there, and making sure that Cole Farrell knows who owns the paint.
And he's cramping, and he's asking his teammates to help him out.
Yep. He tugged on that jersey. He's like, I got to get out. So they'll get Isaiah Lewis in. So Miles Bird isn't the only one cramping here on opening night.
Well, you can tell it is opening night. You got the cramps. You got to get these guys, plenty of recovery, but plenty of hydration, a lot of potassium. Their minerals have to be right. Their hydration has to be just perfect. I mean, these guys play hard.
Yep. They've been playing a lot of basketball against each other for, summer it seems like they're in the gym organized more than it's ever been. And then starting really when fall gets here, not a lot of downtime. And then it turns for real on November the 4th here on the Mesa.
Yeah, that's why opening night is so exciting. You're tired of beating up on each other. You want to go against somebody different.
Another Long Beach State turnover. It's going to be their 18th of the night. So far, it has led to 20 of the 46 Aztec points. Almost half their offense has come off of miscues. This is not a bad one. It's a dead ball turnover. So at least the Aztecs have to inbound. Those live ball turnovers will kill you. And I think they're going to look at it here. Well, they're going to timeout. They might go to the monitor here. They had a few rule changes here. They are going to go to the monitor to look. You know, it's funny, I was on campus today wandering around and I saw Michael Rapp, who's an NCAA official. He actually works in the communications department here. Do you know Michael? Yeah. And I said, are you here reffing? He goes, no, I can't ref here. I work here. And so we were talking about some of the new rules, and he went through it with me. And so, you know, one is the continuous motion rule, where he taught me what they're going to do now is, like, you get the dribble, you get fouled, then you get a step after. So it's not quite the NBA follow through. That's the change. And then coaches' appeals and challenge on an out-of-bounds violation, backcourt violation, whether free throws should be awarded when a foul is committed in close proximity to a change in possession, and then whether a foul was assessed to the correct player. So this looks like a challenge on an out-of-bounds violation. And my understanding is you have to have a timeout, too, to ask to initiate a challenge.
And I think, you know, in Dutcher's perspective, right, is going to be, he doesn't want to use that until the end of the game. Now, we'll talk to him more about, you know, that, and when we get more time with him in the coming weeks. But I would think Brian Dutcher would say, you know, about the coach's challenge, you don't want to use that until the end of the game.
So right now, it's a steal by Bird. They're looking at it, a challenge by Long Beach State, who at this point you're down 16 times running out. You might as well use it. Again, Tim Comer, Michael Irving, and Nate Harris are officials. And they'll have a long discussion. I saw one of them bend back a pinky here as if they might have seen that it went off of maybe the Long Beach State player's pinky. We'll see.
And, you know, that's the thing about these reviews, too. Like, how many times have we seen reviews? Sometimes they're very long reviews at the table. See, like, okay, whose finger touched the ball so that you see the ball rotation spin differently. And, you know, there's just a lot of that happens. I think it goes back to the coach's challenge being so important to be able to say, okay, we'll take that at the end of the game, especially in a close game. Now, I understand why Chris Acker actually took the challenge right now. Is because you just said it, Steve. 16-point deficit. You got nothing to lose at this point.
And he's gonna lose this challenge, and he's gonna lose a timeout as a result. So that cost him a timeout. They have one left, and so Simmons will trigger the inbound. So it turns out to be a steal by Bird, resulting in the 18th turnover of the night. Chris Acker just talked to the guys behind the bench that have, you know, they can look at the broadcast, right? So you got to see it better than that for me to use a challenge and lose a timeout. Lob Simmons! Oh, that is freshman to freshman crime.
Harrington put that ball on the spot, the sweet spot for Simmons to throw it down. What a lob by Harrington, and what a finish.
Third assist by Harrington, bucket on the other end by Majstorovic. That was just the 9th assist on 18 made field goals for the Aztecs. They're shooting just 43%. Lead it by 16. They used a big 20-5 run at the end of the first half to pull away, to get some distance. Here's Bird. Bird high off the window, missed. Outlet pass goes to Diaz, driving, foul, and count it. They needed that big time. Chance at a three-point play here by Rob Diaz III.
You know, I think this is where Long Beach State, you know, they're going to give some fits to their opponents in the Big West, right? I mean, these guys can grind, they can run. I mean, very defensive-minded team. Very impressed I am with Chris Acker only in his second season and what he's done. Of course, we know a little bit of a blueprint passed on to him and what he was able to do here at San Diego State as an assistant with Brian Dutcher and this staff, and he certainly is, you know, imploring that. There's a lot of translation from his game and his style to the guys that you're seeing on the floor right now for the Beach.
How good was the Big West Conference last year?
Oh, so good.
Irvine went 32-7, made the NIT final. And then, of course, UC San Diego across town wins the regular season championship, the tournament, and leads Michigan with 2 minutes left after getting behind 13-0. They were a 30-win team last year. So that conference had 2 30-win teams, plus Santa Barbara was good, CSUN was good. Hawaii's always good, although they're leaving the conference. So Be fun to see what develops this year. In the corner, Davis, catch and shoot three is good. Had great arc on it. B.J. Davis, 9 points per season, or per game last season. We're going to have a foul underneath. And one of the officials tells the Long Beach State bench to relax a bit. Foul's going to be on Heidi, I believe. No, they called that on Long Beach State. Beg your pardon, on Lavillian, the freshman from France. That's his fourth. San Diego State with the basketball inside of 12 minutes to go. It's a break zone. 17 points, just 34 points so far for Long Beach State. Harrington to Heidi. And a whistle and a foul. Heidi had missed a shot, a perfect 3 for 3. And that will take us to a break. 17-point Aztec lead, 11:44 to go on opening night in the second half. You're watching Aztec basketball on the Mountain West Network and KUSI.
It's Bedlam tonight here in Boise.
The crowd is pumping at the pit. This place is electric.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
This is San Diego State University, where every possibility shines with Southern California life. And the ideas that drive you will come to light. You'll join a vibrant community cheering for the spirit of play, with world-class academic programs that help you meet the future where it's going, in a setting that will spark your imagination. Dare to discover the unknown.
Another stellar defensive effort tonight by the Aztecs on opening night, holding Long Beach State to 36% from the floor, 24% from beyond the arc. 4 of 17 is Long Beach State. They've turned it over 18 times. A few days off to rest. Idaho State in this building. Davis jacks up the 3, missed back iron. And rebounded by Storkovich. He's got 11 points and 6 rebounds, make it 7 rebounds now in 17 minutes. Good addition from Syracuse for Long Beach State. And diving forward is Bird with a bad hammy and all. Look, he slipped again. He's pointing out, hey, wet spot. We got a wet spot on the floor. They're not going to blow it dead. And with 3 to go, we've got a whistle, and now they'll stop play for a foul, and they can wipe up the wet spot. You don't want a guy like Bird out there slipping after all he has been through to get healthy to start the season. Newman Jr. will come back in. As well will be Taj DeGorville. Foul was on J.O. Jeremiah Oden. That's his first. By Storkovich against Heidi. Davis comes over. Lewis way high off the window. So much so, it almost went between the backboard and the shot clock. That looked like me at LA Fitness on Friday afternoon at 3 o'clock. I'm coming in, boys! Out of my way! 11:01 to go. And they're going to wipe up that spot for a second time. Got to give it up for the guys that wipe up the fly. I was at an NBA game the other day, and they got 2 guys on each end that put their lives in danger going out there.
Here's the thing. To be that guy, you got to be quick, and you can't be soft. You got to
Right.
put some pressure on that stick because that terry cloth needs to hit that hardwood nice and hard to be able to pick up that moisture.
I noticed in the NBA they did away with the mop. It's actually just guys getting on their knees there with rags like they're at the car wash. DeGorville shuffles it inside, no look to Heidi. Pass into the corner pocket three is good by the big Odin. That's his first make in 4 attempts. He's got 5. Everybody who's played, and there have been 9 for the Aztecs with the exception of Newman, has scored. Diaz into the paint, and Lewis stepped out of bounds for a turnover. 19 giveaways by Long Beach State.
You mentioned Newman Jr. with no points and the only guy out of 9 that's played. It's not terrible. He is a pass-first point guard. He can score. I mean, he has, and he's going to score this season. He's going to score plenty of points. But he's a guy that's going to look for his guys first to get a higher percentage shot or to get the shot that they're looking for at that right time. And there's nothing wrong with that.
To Heidi, left of the lane. One-on-one, kick out. Stepping into the jumper is Bird. Missed short. Storkovich might end up with a double-double when it's all said and done tonight. It's his 8th rebound. Lewis, catch and shoot 3, missed it. Rebound by you-know-who. And he can't stick the second chance opportunity. Going to be Aztec basketball.
And the crowd loves it. Chris Acker, head coach of Long Beach State, can't believe it.
Storkovich is like, that was my 4th? Are you kidding me? I was working hard to get that rebound. So he'll join the freshman, Leopold Lavillen, with 4 personals.
Storkovich says, I'm just going for the ball. Just 2 guys playing hard, going for the ball, and Heidi ripped it away from me. You see there, he just can't believe that he got called for that foul.
Aztecs with a 20-point lead now. Biggest of the night, closing in on their 13th straight win at a season opener. Miles Bird. That's his first 2 points of the second half. He had 11 in the first half.
It was a great cut to the basket. Good read, good pass, good find.
27 minutes. He's logged the most of any Aztec out there, the junior from Stockton, California.
Little danger zone here, Steve, for Long Beach State. Aztecs are on an 8-0 run over the last 3 minutes.
Lewis, another tough take. Heidi says, I'll take that. Grabs it away. Outlet to Bird. Bird into the corner. Lining up the 3 and hitting it is DeGorville.
Spacing. These guys get to the corner, and they know they're spacing. They are spreading the floor. You get wide. First of all, you fill your lane.
Yep.
You get down the floor first, you're going to get rewarded for that. You camp out in that corner. That's your sweet spot. A guy like Bird's going to hit you 10 times out of 10.
6 of the 9 Aztecs have buried at least 1 triple. They're 9 of 19 from beyond the arc. Washington somehow got that to his teammate, and Shaquille Bender is fouled. Another one on DeGorville, and that'll be his 4th. Comes just outside of the break zone. And Taj DeGorville to the bench. 7 points, 4 fouls in 13 minutes. He's got a rebound. Aztecs still being out-rebounded, -3 on the boards here tonight. But still that stifling defense. Just 9 second-half points for Long Beach State here. More than halfway home. Jones kicked out. Washington, wing 3 is good. Needed it. 59-37. That ends an 11-0 run over the last 4 minutes by San Diego State.
Washington, that 6'10" frame of his, but 4-star recruit out of high school. He's just done a really good job. He's just a great...
Oh, Newman! Swing it into Heidi for the dunk. Another assist, Newman. Wow. That kid, he had 246 assists last year at Louisiana Tech. Had he done that here, it would have eclipsed what Tony Gwynn did in the 79-80 season. Newman started his career in Southern California at Fullerton College. And Oden on the drive is fouled, and that will take us to a break. Aztecs 61, Long Beach State 37 on opening night. You're watching Aztec basketball on the Mountain West Network and KUSI.
It's bedlam tonight here in Boise.
The crowd is pumping at the pit. This place is electric.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
This is San Diego State University, where every possibility shines with Southern California life. And the ideas that drive you will come to light. You'll join a vibrant community cheering for the spirit of play, with world-class academic programs that help you meet the future where it's going, in a setting that will spark your imagination. Dare to discover the unknown.
Aztecs putting on a defensive clinic. They've outscored Long Beach State 21-12 here. Not even 13 minutes into this second half. 61-37. San Diego State well on its way to winning its 13th consecutive season opener. We told you, had lost to Syracuse on the flight deck of the USS Midway in 2012 was the last time San Diego State lost a season opener. Under the free throw line coming out of the break is Oden. Well, here's a kid, first 3 seasons at Wyoming, 2 years as a senior at DePaul, and then he spent last year at UNC Charlotte, but did not compete due to an injury. So this is his 3rd senior season here at San Diego State. And I came to the shoot around. I said, yeah, we should call him Dr. Jeremiah Odom rather than J.O.
He's had enough time.
Yeah, anyone who's been in college for 6 years, that's what they call him, right, Doc?
6'8" forward, good size. By the way, is this the year of the bigs for San Diego State?
Oh, it might
I
be.
think so. You know, it takes a little time for bigs to kind of get settled into that role. Could take 2 or 3 years. It's a tough position, but you can see it happening right now for the Aztecs.
Yeah, they're developing a really good one, too, in Thok Majok, who we were excited to see. He's huge, 7'1" redshirt freshman from South Sudan. If it continues to be a blowout, maybe we'll see him in the last couple of minutes.
And then you've got Magoon at 7 feet.
Yep.
He'll be back at some point soon in November.
Oden, straight line drive with the left hand, missed it. 6.5 to go. Lead is 62-37. 25 points, biggest of the night. That's Gavin Sykes there unleashing. It's a freshman from Modesto Christian, where B.J. Davis went. He averaged 20 points last season as a senior. Aztecs with the 3rd best record in the nation since the start of the 1920 season. 155-44. Only Gonzaga and Houston have higher winning percentages, and that winning percentage over the last 6 seasons is better than even the Duke Blue Devils. We have just been witnessing something special over the course of the last century. Of course, it gets better. You had the 34-3 team with Kawhi, which now is coming up on almost 15 years. My goodness. And then the Final Four team of a couple of years ago. Here's Heidi. Well, free throws have been a bit of an issue for San Diego State. After missing that one, they're going to be sub 65% here. I think Heidi's going to get another one, and Chris Acker's going back and forth with Coach Dutcher. I asked him, I said, you know, did Chris reach out to you a lot last year and pick your brain? He said, no, not a lot. He was kind of our system. He knew it. And, you know, he kind of did his own thing. Dutch hired him back in 2019, 2020, part of the 2023 Final Four team, part of the 30-2 Malachi Flynn team that had that COVID-shortened season. And he was also a head coach in the JUCO system at West Los Angeles College. It was 10 short years ago. Inside of 6 to go. Aztecs closing in on a 30-point advantage here. Lewis lets all his defenders fly by, and Isaiah Lewis with a hard-earned bucket there as he goes downhill.
You know, been a lot of great coaches at Long Beach State. Chris Acker steps into a storied program. You got Lute Olson, Tex Winter,
Jerry
Tarkanian, of course.
And on the women's side, Joan Bonvicini.
Yeah, she's the one that started everything for women's basketball at Long Beach State. I grew up in Orange County and played basketball in junior high and high school. Joan Bonvicini invited me to her gym and practice. I used to go watch her coach when I was a young kid, probably 60 pounds, and my parents would bring me. But I tell you, you know, you think about like what Lute Olson did in his career and national championship at Arizona. Tex Winter, of course, the mastermind of the triangle offense. Jerry Tarkanian. You don't have to say much about Jerry Tarkanian in this league in the Mountain West. Everybody knows it. There's a statue at UNLV with his name on it.
You might have heard that ovation. It was Heidi leaving. And there is my Storovich inside in double figures. He's one rebound away from a double-double, 13 and 9, playing with 4 personal fouls. He's only logged 20 minutes. 66-41. Idaho State here on Sunday. A Big Sky opponent. Davis with 6 to shoot. He turns the corner again. Baseline floater in and out. Gets his own rebound, taps it out. DeGorville sets it up, missed it. Farrow Compton offensive rebound, got it blocked. And the Long Beach State bench wants a travel.
You got one official that's, I think, going to call a foul on Long Beach State. You got another one that I think was signaling motion to travel. And now they're going to have to sort this out. Oh, they're going
it's going to be a tie-up, a jump ball with a possession arrow pointing toward San Diego State. So the Aztecs will keep possession, 18 to go on the shot clock, 4:32 to go. Simmons, good body of work for that young man, 10 points. 3 Aztecs in double figures. Harrington, you bet. Oh, that's pure. He's the 4th Aztec now in double figures. He's got 11. Aztecs 10 of 21 from beyond the arc, almost 48%. Storovich and a turnover. And that is a clean 20 turnovers for Long Beach State. They're not going to see this defense in the Big West. Although Irvine and Santa Barbara have at times played that way, and I know UC San Diego certainly did last year. One of the best defensive teams numbers-wise in the nation. We've got a foul on Long Beach State. We're going to have Harrington at the line here. Lewis picks up his 3rd. Long Beach State is 1 away from giving the Aztecs the double bonus, so this is a 1-1 here. And Harrington in his debut with a dozen here. St. John Bosco kid. I know, wandering around town, everybody wanted to see his debut and how he'll mature and develop as a player.
And I tell you, for freshmen too, in your opening debut, right? Sometimes you got a lot of turnovers because the game is just so different. He's only had 1 turnover, 21 minutes of play for Harrington, and 1 turnover, 1 foul, 4 assists. What a line! 2 for 2 from downtown.
Davis in transition. Harrington kick out, and they'll work it around the perimeter.
Smart.
Harrington and Simmons, the first Aztec freshman to score in double figures in their season opener since Jeremy Hemsley scored 20 against Illinois State November the 13th, 2015.
Well, when's the last time?
And there should have been a second guy on there. We'll figure that out. We'll get the team on it.
Steve, when's the last time San Diego State Aztecs has had 2 Aztecs, 2 freshmen that can play as well as Simmons and Harrington that are going to make Dutch scratch his head and say, how am I going to get these guys to, give them the minutes that I need them to get?
I'm trying to think back to the Kawhi years. I don't remember another freshman on that team, and I was on the Aztec radio team then. Oh, it goes by so fast, doesn't it? DeGorville. 5 to shoot. DeGorville gets it off from the free throw line, bouncing around. And Long Beach State takes possession. Boy, Simmons and a flat tire on the other end. Oh, there's a bit of a head bun right there. You felt it.
Yep.
We'll go to break with that. We'll talk about that when we come back. 2:33 to go in regulation, 71-43. Aztecs with the lead. You're watching Aztec basketball on the Mountain West Network and KUSI.
It's Bedlam tonight here in Boise.
The crowd is pumping at the pit. This place is electric.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
This is San Diego State University, where every possibility shines with Southern California life. And the ideas that drive you will come to light. You'll join a vibrant community cheering for the spirit of play, with world-class academic programs that help you meet the future where it's going, in a setting that will spark your imagination. Dare to discover the unknown.
Hey, real quick, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and like the stream. I greatly appreciate it. We'll have more sports throughout the week.
Tay Simmons and LZ Harrington in double figures, their freshman debut. And what I was telling you about, that stat that I read, now I finally been able to digest it in the break. So these two, Simmons and Harrington, are the first 2 freshmen to score in double figures in their debut, their college debut, since Jeremy Hemsley did it as a freshman, had 20 10 years ago. So it wasn't a duo that did it per se like tonight, but we're going all the way back to the Jeremy Hemsley days. We have a sighting here of one Thok Majok, 7-foot 1-inch redshirt freshman, South Sudan, Dream City, and he's got a rebound. How about that? Oh, he's so big too. Also in is Cam Laween, And that shot missed by DeGorville. And look who's got a second rebound, Majok. He's a great rim protector, man. He had an 11-block game at a high school game. And you know who the comp is for Majok, as far as the Aztecs are concerned, would be Skylar Spencer.
Good point.
Although I haven't seen him at the free throw line, and I hope he has a better look at the free throw line than Skylar Spencer did.
Well, Majok is going to be a guy that, you know, he's going to be able to keep the ball alive. He tips it to himself, grabs it. I mean, he's working on some things in his strength, and I mean, he's going to be a force. It's going to be exciting. I think you're going to get a lot of standing ovations for this guy.
You know who got a big standing ovation in the break? We were just discussing the 34-3 team with Kawhi Leonard, but Billy White is in the house. DeGorville closing in on a double-figure game, and he got it there with that second made free throw. So 5 Aztecs tonight in double figures. And another rebound. How about that? You come in. Well, he lost the handle on that one. But a couple for Majok. Redshirt last year to develop. And a foul with 2:01 to go as the building empties out here. Well, into the stat sheet is Cam Laween, 6'3" junior from Chicago. He was here last year, the walk-on, non-scholarship guy, 1 of 2 on the team. Glad I put him on my board, huh? And miss back iron, Shaquille Bender. Now you got to try and get big number 33 a dunk here. And, oh, the walk-on, Laween. Got a 3 in the opener. 11th made 3 tonight for the Aztecs. Washington bricked the 3. Top of the key, that shot short by Jones.
Tell you, Majok's running the floor. He's looking for it. He's got DMX guarding him. He just got to post hard and show his numbers.
9 Aztecs have scored. Laween driving. Harrington. 5 to shoot, 1 minute to go on opening night. Crossover. DeGorville got blocked there by DMX. And it's going to be a shot clock violation. Derek Michael Exaviero, Jr. from Indonesia with the block. You know what I read today? He's the first player from Indonesia to ever get a college basketball scholarship.
In fact.
And the only guy that hung around, he was here last year, was a good scorer and good player for Long Beach State, so they kind of built around him in his second year at Long Beach State.
Yeah, the NBA Global Academy got some time there. Also Grand Canyon University, those 2 years.
Yeah, had a collapsed lung one of those 2 years, which kept him out of action. And he got that pretty close to the start of the season. Oh, one of the Aztec grandmas is going to get the ball. Dunk it. Dunk it. Oh, the assist to Aztec grandma on opening night.
You know, we've seen just about everything here on opening night.
Ball taken away. Washington lobs it up and off the window. Athletic move, Christian Jones. JUCO last year, sophomore. 77-45. And just 20 second half points for Long Beach State. Aztecs are going to win their 13th straight season opener. And we got a stepping out of bounds in the corner was Laween. So he's also in there. Despite making the 3, he'll get a turnover in the book. Here we go. Shot clock is off. Long Beach State can play for the final shot of this one. What a good night. 5 in double figures, including both freshmen. Bender had it disrupted. Simmons will hold it, and the Aztecs win it. Started slow with 7 lead changes, a couple of ties, but then a big 20-5 run to end the first half. Aztecs led by 15 at the half, got up by as many as 34 and win it 77-45. Final thought here tonight, if you will, Tammy Blackburn.
You know, pretty exciting. You know, it starts with defense, and it will end with defense in a national championship because that's what happens. This is a very impressive team, Steve. I love the depth of this team. I love the fight. Opening night, we got a lot of way to go.
All right, y'all.
Basketball to play. It's gonna be exciting.
32-point win for San Diego State. Getting the season right. I appreciate y'all hanging out. We will be having more college basketball throughout the season. We have Chattanooga versus UNLV this coming Saturday. We'll still have college football. We might have MMA coming up as well. So if you want to tap in with all the sports that I'm going to be broadcasting, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Drop a follow if you're on Twitch. Big props to CSN, Creative Sports Network, for the opportunity once again to highlight live sports on my platforms. And we're going to call it from here, y'all. I hope y'all all have an amazing night. Appreciate the support. And I will see y'all next time.